story of the University of Santo Tomas, Asia's oldest university. Our tale begins over 800 years ago, rooted in the lives of two great men, Saint Dominic and Saint Thomas Aquinas. Their faith in God fueled their life, as their wisdom continues to live within us. In 1170 in Caleruega, Spain, Jane of Asa, married to Felix de Guzman, had a prophetic dream after their pilgrimage to the Abbey of Santo Domingo, Isilos. Jane saw a dog with a burning torch in its mouth, setting the road on fire. This dream foretold the birth of her son, Dominic, who would spread the light of faith. In time, this calling would be fulfilled when Dominic inspired an innkeeper back to faith. This occurrence motivated Dominic to form the Order of Preachers, which was approved by Pope Honorius III in 1216. Dominic and his followers dedicated themselves to preaching veritas, or the truth. The University of Santo Tomas, founded by Dominicans, continues this mission. Among Dominic's followers was Thomas Aquinas, a brilliant philosopher and theologian. His family opposed his beliefs, yet despite this, he joined the Order of Preachers and offered his life to God as a Dominican friar. Because of his large build, many of his peers teased him as the dumb ox. However, his teacher, Albert Alfred the Great recognized his genius. True enough, Thomas's teachings echoed throughout history. Today, he is known as one of the best and most renowned followers of Dominic. Thomas's masterpiece, the Summa Theologiae, shaped Christian theology. Near the end of his life, he had a heavenly vision, considering all his writings as true. When Jesus asked what he wanted in turn of his writings, Thomas replied, "Nothing else but you, my Lord." Thomas Aquinas was canonized, proclaimed as a saint in 1323, and declared as a doctor of the Church in 1567.
Dalawa pa nag-aanap. Okay, tutuwa ko na ng plastic.
Inspired by Dominic and Thomas, we Thomasians commit to excellence and service. Founded by Dominican Archbishop Miguel de Benavides, UST stands as a beacon of truth and knowledge. We are a living statement through which his values are practiced and engraved within our lives, touching others as we go. As Thomasians, let us spread the light of truth, to follow their footsteps and be mediums towards faith and religious prosperity. This is the mission of the University of Santo Tomas, Lumina Pandit, to spread the light.
Oh,